Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot. I realize it's been quite a while since I put out a new video, and for that I'm really sorry. Well, my readings are still going. You can follow me on social media and see the different readings every single day, but as I've told you before, I believe, I'm not a huge fan of making videos. There's always some kind of sound or distraction that seems to come in the video, and I don't think they're good enough. But we're putting that aside today, and today we're going to take a look at the newest deck in my collection, the Paradoxical version of the Deviant Moon Tarot. Now, we've seen this deck before. As you know, I have it in one of my videos as my all-time favorite deck. I absolutely love the illustrations on him. It's my favorite deck of all time. I just like the uniqueness and the weirdness. And today we're going to be taking a look at its counterpart, the Paradoxical Deviant Moon. You can tell from the backs right here, there is very significant differences in them. I mean, the illustrations are still the same. We'll take a look at those in a minute, but for now we'll just look at the backs. This one is clearly black and white, and the Paradoxical version is blue and black. And what I'll do, each one is in the same order as the other one, so I'll show you a side-by-side comparison of what these cards look like, the differences between them. Start with the Fool. You can tell there, that's the normal Deviant Moon, the original. And there is the Fool from the Paradoxical version. Move from the Fool, gotta make enough room for these two, to the Magician. Original Magician, Paradoxical Magician. High Priestess. High Priestess. I really like this version of the High Priestess because of that purple hint to it. I mean, purple's my favorite color, so it definitely stands out. The Empress. Emperor. Hierophant. Again, the purple on that one really sticks out. The Lovers. Chariot. Justice. Now, Justice is like, in Justice and Strength, they switch places in this deck. Patrick Valenza, I think, had a huge liking for the Marseille Tarot, so he switched out the Justice for Strength, and Justice appears in this deck like the Marseille Tarot and the Thoth Tarot, where it's 8 instead of 11. Here's the Hermit, and the Wheel of Fortune. And here's Strength, like I said, labeled 11 instead of 8. Hangman. Death. Death is one of my absolute favorite cards of the tarot because everybody's so scared of it, and it's such an empowering card. Like, that was my first video I ever did, was just talking about death, and it was, don't fear it, embrace it, because once something ends, something else can begin. We have Temperance. I love the complete opposites of these Temperances, where she's like passionate and red, and her regular counterpart, or original counterpart, is blue and calm. The Devil. The Paradoxical Devil. Tower. And the Star. The Moon. And the Sun. Judgment, and the World. Now, when the decks come, they always come in order, and like the suits are set out and the major arcana is set out. I can't for the life of me remember exactly how the Paradoxical version came, but I have them in order here with the swords, and I believe it ends on cups, but we'll see because I did this a minute ago. So got the Ace of Swords, and the 2, followed by the 3, and the 4, the 5. That 5 of Swords is probably the most drastic change that I've seen so far in this deck. I like it. It's kind of like X-ray-ish. Yeah, X-ray-ish and kind of just dark and elusive. The Six of Swords. 7, 8, 9. Certain angle I get a nice glare on these, and for that I'm sorry. The 10 of Swords. With this 10, where you can see that these are silver, this one almost, like the swords in it almost look like wands because they're brown. The Page of Swords. Almost said wands because I was thinking wands. Knight of Swords. Queen of Swords. I think that's an absolutely beautiful Queen of Swords. And the King of Swords. Next up we have the Wand suit. And the Ace of Wands is one of the most beautiful cards of the Deviant Moon Tarot. Like, the original especially. Like, it's so full of nature and just passion. It's definitely one of the, I think, the prettiest cards of the deck. And the Paradoxical version is every bit as pretty. The Two of Wands. The 3, and as we know, well, I've told this in many of my readings, every time the 3 of Wands comes up, that's my favorite card of any tarot deck. Just be yourself, don't be afraid to be yourself, and follow a path that is entirely, uniquely you. The 4 of Wands. 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 7 of Wands. The 8, 9, and 10. Then we have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Oh, I got those backwards. Just won't look at that one for a minute. The Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the King of the Suit of Passion. We have the Pinnacle Suit, starting with the Dragon of the Ace of Pentacles. That Ace of Pentacles is absolutely gorgeous. I love the coloring of that pentacle. The Two of Pentacles. 3, 4, 5. That 5 is very similar to, at least in the coloring of the 5 of Swords. Which I don't remember now if the other 5s, like the 5 of Wands, was like that. I'll have to go back and look. The 6 of Pentacles. Which I always love this particular illustration of the Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, because it's the what I call the sharing is caring card. There's another video I did of that card, where you can tell, and I think this is how society works. One person has all the money and they're like, oh yeah, I'll share it with you, but really they're hiding all their wealth behind them and keeping it for themselves. The 7 of Wands, or Pentacles. Got wands on the mind. The 8 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles. And the 10. Again, that green and purple. Those are my 2 favorite colors, so I am absolutely loving this deck. And there's the Page of Pentacles. And the Knight. The Queen. And the King. And last but certainly not least, we have the Suit of Emotions. Beginning with the Ace of Cups. Green and purple. Again, absolutely beautiful. 2 of Cups. 3, 4, 5. Now that 5, and probably the Wands too then, it's different colored. I mean, it's still beautiful, but it's not that blue that we saw with the other 5s, and I believe the 7 of Pentacles we saw a minute ago. These 6 of Cups. 7, 8, the 9 of Cups. Probably one of my favorite illustrations in this particular deck. I love that that depiction of the Nine of Cups, because it says that you can make all your wishes come true. No, there's no magical genie or fairy godmother or anything that's going to make your wishes come true for you. You've got to believe in yourself and have the confidence to make your dreams a reality. Believe that you are the genie and you can make it happen. You have the Ten of Cups, the card of the happy family, the Page of Cups, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Now, I will tell you the most interesting thing I think about this deck right here is there are only 500 of these decks in existence. When I bought it, they ran out, or they said they ran out, like a few weeks right after they put the pre-orders out. But at the time of making this video, it's July 23rd, the full moon in Aquarius. They've put out that they have about, I think it's 25 decks that are still available for purchase. So if you're really liking this deck, don't wait. It is a little bit more pricier than, say, the regular Deviant Moon here. I think I paid about $80 US for it. But it's so original, and it's so, well, it's rare. It's probably the rarest deck that I have in my collection. So if you're a fan of the Deviant Moon Tarot like I am, like I've told you before, it's my absolute favorite deck, then you might want to jump on this and get the deck before you can't anymore. I am sure there are people out there that will sell it on eBay for hundreds of dollars. So in the end, you're really saving money if you just go order it now. Got the little extra cards here. This was in the box with it. You know, like the title cards, because the slides or the molds that they make the cards in give you like 80 spots. I think I read that somewhere. So they've got 2 spots that they can just put whatever they want. And here's the other card, and I'll read you what it says on here. This bizarre mutation of the Deviant Moon Tarot was created around the same time I finished the original deck back in 2007. It started when I accidentally inverted one of the card images and liked how unexpectedly different it looked. Wild experimentation followed. Although I never intended to release this collection, I did issue a small pack of cropped images as an art deck in 2014. Since then, I have received numerous requests for a full-size deck, so here it is at last. Part reading deck, part art deck. I hope you enjoy your stay on the other side of the moon. Patrick Valencia. And it says at the bottom, dedicated to Stuart Kaplan and special thanks to US Game Systems. And then it's got that same back. Here's the box that it comes in, and it says 500 on there. Now it doesn't say like 1 out of 500 or 25 out of 500. It just says 500. So you won't know, hey, if you've got like the first version or the 10th version or anything like that. You just have one of the 500. And the boxes are a little bit different. This is the box from the Deviant Moon regular original version. And as you can tell, it's kind of beat up. I told you this is my favorite deck, so it's seen its fair share of use. And the cards, I mean, they hold up so well. You can tell, like, there's no damage at all to these cards. And I use them 2 times throughout the month, every month. They are my deck for the full moon and new moon readings. Since today is the full moon of Aquarius, when I'm sharing this video is the full moon in Aquarius. This deck joined us today for the full moon in Aquarius reading. So if you want to see how well they read, I just go to my page. I will share the links to my socials in the comments, and you can read what these cards have to share with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I truly hope that you enjoyed it, and I really will do my best to try to get more videos out more often than I've done recently. If you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see or how I can improve, just leave it in the comments. If you want to, like, let me know which deck you like better, if you like this version or this version, and we can start a conversation. And as always, any of the decks that you see in my videos or my daily readings on social media, you're more than welcome to message me and get a reading for yourself with those decks. It's entirely up to you which deck we use. These readings, I love being able to empower others and help other people find the insight they need into their lives. I want to thank you again very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next one.